play volleyball.
Heaven on earth is when the family sits down together to eat. This is your social distance when you're out in the market. Prosperous and strong for you. So my hair is clipped from here. Laddus hugging it. We hug.
Good evening, ma'am.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
So we got a lovely set of young girls. So Isha, how did you get them?
Our intern Surya Kala got them. They've all registered online with us. On a Google
So you were
form.
registered online and our interns picked them up, right? Right? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am.
You can thank our interns for picking you up from the net and you were registered. Very nice that you registered yourself. And we got people from all over. You got somebody from Pondicherry as well. Okay. Welcome to this session. This is the number 36th session. You are part of the session number 36. So we got a set of 6 girls, am I right?
7, no?
There's a 7th.
One will just join.
Join us. Okay, we got Aparna from Abu Dhabi, am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we got Apurva Sharma from Katwa.
Yes,
Apurva
ma'am.
from Katwa.
Yes,
Very
ma'am.
good. And we got Aarti from Puducherry.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And we got Lakshmi Uni from Kottayam. Kottayam. How would you pronounce it? Kottayam.
Kottayam.
Lakshmi? Can you hear me? Lovely. How do you pronounce Kottayam?
Kottayam.
Kottayam. Okay.
Kottayam.
And Kottayam. Okay, and then we got Sri Harishini Balachandran from Chennai. Where is she? She has yet to join us. And we got Tamanna Bharati from Belagavi.
Yes, ma'am. It's Belgavi.
Belgavi. Where is Belgavi?
Karnataka.
Okay. Wow. Must be quite a few interiors, am I right? Quite interior. Where is it? Which is the nearest main city?
Nearest is Mysore.
Okay. Oh, that side. That part of the country.
Yes, ma'am.
And Vaishnavi from Dhanbad. There is Vaishnavi. Dhanbad. And Sri Harishini Balachandran from Chennai has just joined us. Welcome.
Hi, ma'am.
Okay, let's go ahead straight away to you, Aparna. Tell us about yourself. Tell us about
Yes, ma'am. A very good evening to you, ma'am, and a good evening to all of you. My name is Aparna Arvind. I'm studying in grade 8 at Private International English School, Abu Dhabi, UAE. My hobbies are singing, dancing, drawing, reading, and the list goes on. I try to do new things every day. My aim is to be a person who serves the nation, and I'm very proud of my motherland. And thank you so much for this opportunity, ma'am. I hope I can learn a lot from this session.
Good. I'm going to come back to all of you. How do you spend your day and how do you plan your day? How can you plan your day better? I want you to guide each other and mentor each other or suggest to each other. So, Aparna, while you all have a question to ask, and you have a question, send me a question. And we all come to your questions, all of you. I also want you to share with me how do you plan your day, how do you spend your day after your first round of introduction. All right. So Aparna has already told us about her hobbies. Right, Aparna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go to Tamanna. Tamanna, tell us about yourself.
Hi, ma'am. Good evening to everyone. My name is Tamanna Bharti. I am from Bihar, but I'm recently living at Belgavi. I'm from Bihar, but recently living at Belgavi. My hobbies are playing badminton and doing yoga. Uh, that's all. Thank you.
Okay. I'm coming back to you later. Again. Now let's go to Aarti.
Hello, ma'am. First of all, it's a pleasure meeting you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm Aarti. I'm studying in grade 11 in Stansford International High Secondary School, Pondicherry. And my areas of interest is I love making portraits of people, many famous personalities. And my next target is actually to make a self portrait. And I also write poems, and two of my poems have been published in two books also of young authors. And that's it, ma'am.
That's very talented. Portraits also. Whose portraits have you made already?
Yes, ma'am.
Whose portraits have you made already?
MS Dhoni's, my father's actually, of all my family members, my relatives, you also. And even yours, ma'am. But at present, I don't have it with me. I
Thank
gave
you
it
so
for
much.
a school, my school display, art exhibition.
That's lovely. Lovely, Aarti. All right. Let's go to Apurva. Apurva Sharma.
Good evening, ma'am.
Apurva.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. It's lovely meeting you. Myself, Apurva Sharma. I live in Kathua. I'm in ninth standard in K3 Vidyalaya, Hinanagar. Some of my hobbies are reading, dancing, cycling, painting, and doing origami. Thank you, ma'am.
Lovely. I'll come back to you. How did you do it during COVID time? That's me. Your turn.
Good evening, ma'am. It's a very pleasure meeting with you. I'm Lakshmi Unni. I'm studying in class 8 in Kottayam, Kerala. Till last year, I studied in Karaikal, which is a union territory of Pondicherry. And this year, I came to my hometown, Kottayam. My brother is studying in Pondicherry. I love to read books. I have read many books, but my favorite author is J.K. Rowling, and my favorite book is Harry Potter series and Percy Jackson series. Thank you.
Lovely. What's your brother doing in Karikal? Where is he studying?
Ma'am, he's studying in IGMCRI Pondicherry.
Oh, I see. He's with the medical college.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, let's go to Vaishnavi.
Jai Hind, ma'am. A very warm good evening. This is Vaishnavi from Dhanbad. I study in class 11. I study in Delhi Public School, Dhanbad. I love to play chess, read books, and to help others. Thank you.
You love to play chess?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's go to Sri Harishri.
Good evening, ma'am. I'm Sri Harishni. I'm 15 years old. I'm in grade 9 in VS Vidyashram, Chennai. I love doing art. I went to art classes for 10 years and I love using acrylics on canvases. I made a jigsaw puzzle actually. I made 2 jigsaw puzzles. And I also learned Carnatic music. I've been learning for around 7 years and I performed live for the first time in December. And my goal for the future, I don't have an exact goal, but I have a few things that I want to achieve in life. I want to become an IAS or IFS officer, and I want to study at Harvard. And also, I want to start a company that manufactures sensory toys for children with special needs at an affordable rate. Because, like, as you know, like normal toys for children, they're like basic toys are like 10 rupees, 20 rupees. Whereas the sensory toys cost in thousands, and most people are not able to afford them. So I want to make the sensory toys affordable to people. Like they can spend 30 rupees, the same cost that they spend for normal toys, to afford a sensory toys. I also want to join an NGO which works for the rights of people with special needs, especially children with Asperger's syndrome and autism and related things. And I want to become a UN volunteer. I also want to become a freelance interior designer because I love interior designing. And I also want to write a book. Minimum, I want to write one.
You want to do plenty. Okay, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. How do you structure all this? How do you handle all this that you like to do? We'll come back to you and ask you also. And we'll ask your friends as well. Let me come back to Aparna. Aparna, tell us, how do you spend your day and to think that you spend your day well? How do you do this?
Mom, I start the day by waking up in the morning and doing the usual necessary routines, and then I spend almost 3 hours studying something. Most of my time I'm in the online class, so I often try myself to restrain from devices, and I also find some time to do my hobbies, practice them very well. This is a perfect opportunity to do all of them. I also attend online classes, and I also that's it, mom. I think that's it. I utilize my time. I wouldn't say I'm very happy with what I'm doing. I would definitely there would be I mean I should be able to save my time for something else else to do. But I'm doing all the activities as much as I can. I also try to participate in everything as possible. So yes, mom, I'm trying
What
my
do you
best.
what do you enjoy most?
Mom, the best time of the day I think is the time when you get to read books and when you can I said sometimes when I start writing diaries or maybe poems, they're not the best, but so just for fun I sometimes write. And yes, mom, that's it.
Do you have a working desk of your own, a space of your own?
Sorry, mom.
Do you have a space, creative space of your own?
Yes, mom. Mom, I think you can see it from the camera, it's just behind.
How can you do it better? What is it that you can do better? I want you to think this in the group. What can you do better? You like reading books, you enjoy reading books, writing diaries. But you plan your day that I will cover so something like this before lunch, and that I will do something like this before after lunch, and that is what I will do in the evening. Do you have some structure in your mind?
Yes, mom. Like the moment you woke up, you need to have some plan so that the day functions like the functions the way you want it to, because you are the controller of your day. Um, I try my best to complete all the activities, and most of the time I do. I do whatever things I'm able to do every day.
Why
And
I'm saying this is, you maintain a diary. Do you have a plan for the week? Do you have a
yes,
plan that I will read a book for the month, or I will do the following? You have a little diary because you all, when you were in open school, when you were actually physically in school, you all had it. You all had a diary.
I'm sorry, mom. Actually, I'm not able to hear you very well.
Why are they not able to hear me? Can you hear me now better?
Yes, mom.
I'm just saying that is it better that you maintain some form of structure and a diary that I will complete this before lunch, or before and post lunch I will do this, and then post tea time I will do this, and this is how I'll wrap up my day. Do you have some structure, or do you want to flow with time as it is?
Mom, I wouldn't recommend writing it rather than keeping it in your mind and then trying to follow it, because most of the things which we write does not have to be true. So if you have an idea about it in your mind, you will remember it very soon. I think that would make sure that you complete everything rather than just writing and keeping it.
But I would think that if you want to do better and that you want to accomplish, it is good to put it in writing and that you see your diary. To maintain a day diary where you say, I will, this way it's a personal commitment to achieve and accomplish. It's a little message to all the other 4 girls. I'm 6 girls. I'm the rest of the girls. it's good to maintain a personal diary where you plan for the day. It's a plan, but sometimes something's under pressure that you want to achieve, and you have to do something even if you don't like it. It's good for your academics, or if it's good, you want to do it. And secondly, thing is what you love. And do you know your energy levels? What is your best energy time? Where it's a difficult thing, something to remember, something to memorize, something to recall, that you do that one first at that energy time. Do you know your energy time, Aparna?
Yes, ma'am. It's usually during the day. During the day, you just wake up and you're very refreshed. I tend to study more well. I also tend to have good thoughts, and that's the time I plan everything. So I think that's my most active time of the day.
So I would suggest listening to you, Aparna, that it's a good thing to have not just mental timetable, but to have a personal diary of your own and
Yes, ma'am.
maintain a personal diary. Put your mind thoughts into that, and then end of the day, look at it again and to see whether you accomplished it, whether you achieved it, and what is it that because there will be new factors, uncontrolled factors, something new which has come up. It's being flexible, but some roadmap of the day is important, Aparna. What do you think?
Ma'am, I'm still not able to hear you. I'm very sorry.
Problem. As far as my team is concerned, they're hearing me very well.
I'm very sorry, ma'am. I really think it's my issue.
No problem. Tamanna, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
So Aparna is unable to hear something wrong somewhere. Lakshmi, can you hear me?
And ma'am, sometimes I can't hear you, but most of the times I can. But rarely it is coming like stuff.
Okay, just hold on. Let me check my system. Let me check my system. When you're not hearing me, raise your finger so that I know that you're not hearing me. If you're not hearing me, raise your finger or raise your hand. Okay? Any one of you not hearing me, raise your hand. Okay? Are you hearing me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Any not hearing me, just raise your hand like this. Then my team will get to know immediately that we got to do it better. We got to check our system. Okay? All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So I will just do a little wrap up for you. In wrapping up for you, basically is for the rest of the girls. It's good to maintain a little personal plan. It's called the plan around the day, plan of the day, broad plan of the day. If you keep a broad plan, it becomes a journey direction. It may change, but in the end, you can see whether you accomplished or not, and how much grade do you give yourself. Do you give 8 out of 10 for the day? You're gonna give 9 out of the day, or 5 out of the day, and what is it that you can do better next day? Aparna, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
That is the point. Now, after listening to you, I think this is the contribution I can make for you. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Good. Now let's go to Apurva. Apurva, where's Apurva?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me, how do you spend your day? Do you plan your day, or do you flow with the day, or do you just go by the feeling of the day?
No, ma'am. I plan my day by making a timetable. I wake up at 6 a.m. and I study because I think at morning we have fresh mind.
Do you have virtual classes these days, virtually?
No, ma'am. Our school has reopened, and no, ma'am. Our school has reopened, and our session ending exams are going on.
Okay, you got your exam going on right now, is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
And so that's the plan of the day, is to finish your exam, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do after the exam is over?
Ma'am, I read books. I will do painting, origami, And
So you have
I
actually got this. Aparna, you have no exams going on?
My exams just got over last week, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. And you have exams going on in Purva, you got exams going on.
yes, ma'am.
So your day is related to the develop of the preparing for the exams and finishing them. I understand
Ye-
that.
yes, ma'am.
But you remember, your plan for the day will come after your exams are over.
Yes, ma'am.
At the moment, it is already targeted.
Yes, ma'am. I will make a time routine, timetable
Right. That's fine.
for this.
Apurva got your exams. Let's go to Aarti. Aarti from Pondicherry. How do you spend your day, Aarti?
Ma'am,
Aarti, how do you spend your day? Are you having any exams these days?
I'm
Aarti,
sorry, I can't
are
get
you?
you, ma'am. My
Aarti is not
network
getting.
is not is weak actually.
You're not hearing me, Aarti? Lakshmi, are you hearing me?
Ma'am, before I was unable to hear you, but now it's okay.
So what we do? The my tech team says that probably wherever you're not hearing me, probably check your systems. Saina, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, mommy.
Okay, good.
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
Saina,
ma'am. Now, okay.
are you hearing me now, Aarti?
Okay, ma'am. Now it's okay. It's okay.
How do you spend? Are you having exams, Aarti?
Ma'am,
Who is
ma'am,
hearing me
2 seconds,
rightly?
ma'am. 1 minute.
Ma'am, I can hear you clearly.
Who said that? Who said it? Tamanna, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell me how do you spend your day, Tamanna?
Ma'am, last night only I prepare my timetable. I will list out what I have to do in next day. How I'll start my day with drinking hot water and doing yoga. And then I my daily routine go to school, then come back, then go to tuitions, then self study. Morning I study a bit, then evening at till 12 o'clock I'll study, then I'll sleep.
No, but I'm asking you, you have you got your open school or is it virtual?
No, ma'am, it's opened.
And so you have your school routine in the morning. When do you come back from school?
Yes, ma'am.
What time do you come back from school?
Ma'am, recently the timing have changed because of COVID. Now I'll go 8:30 and I'll come back till 2 o'clock.
So you're back home by 2 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So how do you plan post 2 o'clock? Are you having any exams or are you into normal of syllabus?
No, ma'am. I am in 10th standard now, so I have board exams this year. It starts from 6th May. Uh, English. Yeah, it starts from 6th May. So I means I plan my day as like the more are in studies nowadays, because since it is only few days are left for exam. So
So you got your focus on your exams right now, Tamanna. Am I right?
I, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
What we are discussing right now is when you have a priority, like all of you applies, if you have a priority of board exams or exams coming, then everything revolves around doing your syllabus, doing your courses, and preparing for your examination. I'm looking for a normal day when you don't have an exam. How do you plan your day? That like COVID times, you neither had any examination, nor did you have any outdoor activity. How did you plan your day?
Uh,
But now you are
uh,
heading to
I Ma'am, first, when the COVID was not there, and since even from till ninth standard, I didn't had board exams. So I planned my day first. First, I used to drink water, yoga, then school, go, come back. Then I had badminton class. I used to visit badminton class. Then I had swimming class. Swimming class. After coming back, I used to have my means just evening snacks, then get to studies, then finish the
What
day.
I'm trying to convey to all you girls is, are you all listening? Raise your hands if you're listening. Raise your hands if you're hearing me properly. Good. So that, and except Aarti is not hearing me still. Rest of them raise their hands. Aarti's not raised her hands.
I'll check.
Okay. Those of you who are listening to me, though Aarti from Pondicherry is not listening, not able to listen yet, what I'm trying to do, trying to arrive at, so that I give you a common message. The common message is always have some target and plan in hand, whether subjects and time bound. You must have a closure. I have to finish the subject by such and such time. This gives you enhanced attention. It improves concentration. And number two, at this age, if you want to accomplish more than your studies, then you have to factor in a little. Find the time for music or book reading or vocabulary or spiritual reading or whatever. That's what I'm trying to tell you all girls. Have you understood? Raise your hands if you did. Raise your hand if you did. Yes. Vaishnavi, yeah. I think that's the point. Aarti is still not hearing because she is not responding. When I ask you, raise your hand if you're listening. And oh, Aarti, are you hearing me now?
She's still adjusting.
No, not at all. Not yet.
Yes,
Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you youngsters, that if you're connecting with me, is that what the secret of my growth was a very beautifully structured plan of the day, which had plan for play, which had plan for studies, which had plan for family time, which also had family for general reading. It had also planned for lots of activities. But that was because I had not only in mind, but I had a plan which I used to factor in that to do the following. Even though it was even rest time, whatever it is, but I had a plan. You understand? Now let's go to your questions. Let's go to your questions because I'm just trying to convey a general reading. Okay, Aparna, what's your question? You sent me questions to ask.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, now that you have retired from the police force, is there anything that you feel you could have done if you were still in the police force currently?
When you are at work, every day you find newer ideas to accomplish. Always remember, when you are at work, new variables come, new challenges come, and also new methodologies to improve come. What you did yesterday is an experience learned. But today, if you're all alert, then there is something different to do also, and different ways to improve because situations change, challenges change, people's culture changes also, the needs change, area changes. So I would not say I would do the following. I would say I will remain alert to a situation and then respond. But the question is, there should be a willingness to respond, willingness to improve matters by the day. If you ask me, what is it that I will still do in the force? I will continue some good practices, but alter and change the practices and modify the practices as per the situation. But be very alert to the developments around. Aparna?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, good. So things don't stay still for you. Things change. Situation change, weather changes, patterns change, resources change, people change, behaviors change. So you have to be alert, and that's what the quality of administration is, to be flexible, to see, but fundamentals remain the same. Personal discipline remains the same, accessibility remains, being knowledgeable remains, being listening to people and attitudes positive remain the same. Those are constant. Otherwise, if those don't remain constant, hard working spirit remains, If those spirit changes, these constants don't change. But solutions change according to the situation. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to the next question. Apurva, your question.
Ma'am,
Apurva,
my
your
question is yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is what made you to be a good police officer?
that's my easiest answer because that's what I know of my heart. Thank you for asking me a very easy question. Make me a good police officer if you call me a good police officer. Okay, let me ask my daughter who's joined you also. What do you think? What she thinks made mommy a good police officer? Let's ask Saina. It's an interesting question because she's observed me so much. Saina,
It's a very Jai Harima to all of you. It's a very sweet question. What makes mummy a good police officer? She's made for it. She's born for it. She's born. She's born to be who she is. She's made for it. She's tailor made for it. For the police force. Beta, I think what really makes mummy a good police officer is her sense of giving sensitivity and compassion. When she adds compassion, sensitivity, and sense of giving to her dharma and karma, it makes all the difference. She's a karma yogi. You all are grown up children. She gives her best to each moment, but she does it with utmost sincerity. When you add so much sincerity to all you do, then you will be a good everything. So that's what's beautiful about. She's not a good police officer. She's a very beautiful, giving police officer. She's given to the force. In fact, what I've observed, and I want to share this with you. Mummy ki puri tenure mein, every posting, she wasn't only policing, she was reaching out to each police officer's family also. That is policing. Their children, their families. She was caring. She was looking after her team. She was into governance of every aspect. Nothing missed her eye. Nothing at all. So I can go on and on. Mummies.
okay, okay, Purva, you got the answer. I don't think I would have put it because here's my daughter was watching mommy come in and come and go. All
Yes,
I
ma'am.
did was wear my uniform, loved it every day, and gave it my best during the day. And come back home never complaining that I'm tired. I never came back home and said, oh God, I'm tired. No. I came back home and said, oh, plenty done today. Plenty accomplished. And my daughter, when she would be waiting for me to come home, even though it's late. So when I would come back home and I would hug her, she'd say, "Oh, let me sleep, mommy, I'm sleeping. Don't you know I'm sleeping?" But I would have to hug her because then that's the only way I would release I would have the final joy of the day. That's why I thought, fortunately, she's with us. She will tell you.
Yes,
Okay, good.
and mummy, when your uniform, mummy's uniform with Ma's Kripa, आपको बहुत तरक्की मिली है मम्मी बहुत with Ma's Kripa I get emotional saying this but that's me that's okay mummy's uniform had a lot of stars here you know when you put your uniform you have a lot of stars and with Ma's Kripa the stars would increase in number so when I would hug her my cheek used to touch the stars so वो थोड़े से चुभते थे I would remove the handkerchief from her pocket. She always had a hanky with her in her pocket. I would remove that, put it on the stars, and then put my head like that and hug her. And I used to be in complete awe every time mommy got ready with her uniform. I used to be in complete awe. It's these moments are memorable. I think they're going to stay with me forever. So, mommy's purpose is to be who she is, and she's lived up to it. Mummies come for this destiny. They're made for each other.
Thank you, Saina. Thanks. Apurva, did you get the answers? Apurva? They're not hearing. Where's Apurva gone? Apurva's gone. Poor girl. I think we lost her.
Yes.
Is there something wrong with the net here?
No, ma'am, they're fine.
Acha. Okay. All right, Aarti, what's your question? Aarti, ask your question.
My question is, ma'am, I'm preparing for NEET examination, ma'am. Some days are actually energetic, some days are off colored, but how to stay motivated always? What is your mantra for motivation?
It's all in the mind. You have to control your mind, command your mind, and not mind commanding you. So when you observe that your mind is a little dull, you have to re-energize it by doing something which you like to do, by creativity. Have a little break, play music, have fun, do something which re-energizes and refreshes. It's refresh. It's called press the button, refresh. You should know what refreshes you. Can you hear me, Aarti?
Yes, ma'am.
It is you must know, all of you girls, what refreshes you. A sleep, a little nap, a little snack, a little play, a little break, or a little walk, or a little music. What refreshes you, you all must get to know. Okay? So I think that because you don't have time to lose. So please press your refresh button. All of you should know your refresh button. All right, let me ask, you have any refresh buttons, Lakshmi?
Ma'am, my refresh button is reading books.
All right. Aparna, what is your refresh button?
Just to like get up and maybe like just walk around and think about something else for some time.
Tamanna, what's your refresh button?
Playing badminton.
Okay, what's your refresh button, Sri? Sri Archana? Best?
It's reading books, ma'am, especially inspirational books. I am Malala and those kind of books.
Vaishnavi, what's your refresh button?
Ma'am, my parents. My parents.
Parents, be with parents. All I'm saying is just be alert. Find out what's your refresh button. So what's your refresh button? Everybody's refresh button will be different. Sana, what's your refresh button?
Mama, to just be for a while, but all my buttons are there. All my buttons.
Isha, what's your refresh button? What's your refresh button?
You, ma'am. Actually, you, ma'am.
Oh, really? I think that's important, is we all should know our refresh buttons. I think my refresh button also is to walk away a little, walk away from that, give myself a little break, hum around, sing around, listen to some music, maybe eat a little or something do differently, and then come back.
To just be.
So that's the way. You find out your refresh button today. And have more than one. Sometimes a little sleep is also good. A little short nap. Sometimes this used to be with me. I tell you, when I press my refresh button when I'm writing, when I'm doing a book work or an article writing, and it comes to a stalemate, I just stop coming to you. So what you do is you let it be. You go around for a stroll, have a little nap, maybe at that time, and then come back. So find this out, okay? Have you got the answer, Aarti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good. Lakshmi from Kottayam.
Ma'am, my question is that, ma'am, every day we wake up to hear many atrocities against women and little children, right? So my question is that how much are the children safe in India, And what can we do to make them safe?
The onus of children being safe is on the parents and the teachers. As a primary onus. All right? Because they are the ones, they're the real guardians. Guardians at home and then teachers in the school. And between your school and home is your system. Whether you're taking a school bus, whether you're taking common transport which is safe. So it's providing, ensuring safety, but is an extended responsibility of the school and the parents. That's why you get school buses to provide you extended security. So I would say children are safe, but it is the duty of the parents and the school system to keep you safe and also to guide you correctly so that you do not trust the strangers, because there is good and evil both in this world. Both. It's been like this from the beginning. It is not all evil, it is not all good. So you will always have some evil in the good. So it is the onus. That means you need to listen to the parents. You need to listen to the instructions and also report to the parents and teachers if you notice something strange. Okay? All right, Lakshmi?
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead. Next one, Sri Harishini. What's your question?
Ma'am, my question to you is that during your childhood, ma'am, how did you deal with people who are making fun of you, bullying you, ridiculing you, and teasing you in general? How did you fight back?
I have no idea of anybody ridiculing me. No way. I don't recall anybody ridiculing me. They did not dare to do that. I have not seen anybody ridiculing me or even making fun of me. I don't remember. Oh, as friends, we make fun of each other. As friends, yes, we make fun of each other, but that's fun. We make fun of our friends, that's funny. That's laughter, that's joy, but not people. Not people. I've not seen that happen at all in my life, where somebody is ridiculing me. The word is ridiculing is just not happened. And you made me aware. I've not seen anybody ridiculing me.
Stay true to yourself. Nothing else matters. And everything
Yeah.
does not need a reaction. Stay true to yourself.
Maybe I didn't stay back to observe how others talk and others observe. Maybe I've not had the patience to do that. I don't pay attention to how they're looking, what they're saying. Maybe I don't pay attention to that. For me, that's not important. It's very, very important for you to where you spend your energy on.
Yes.
Tamanna, what's your question?
Ma'am, my question is how to be focused in our studies consistently, because some days we get demotivated because this year I have boards, and when we get less marks in pre-boards, we think that everything shattered. Why we are getting so less marks? So how to handle the situation?
Remember, I started the whole session today with you today. See how you plan your day. Not knowing this was going to be your concern. Planning your day helps you focus. Because then you know, I need to do this. This automatically puts you in a slot. The mind tells you it's time for that. And so therefore, planning a written timetable is helpful. Even if it's 1 hour a day, 1 hour particular issue, you know it's 1 hour. And then you create a disciplined habit. It's one day at a time. And then you look at my timetable my time is not over. It's for one day I've got to do this. Which you put aside all your distractions. You create an environment in which you achieve it. Supposing you have said, I have to finish 30 pages of this book in this 1 hour today. Then you settle down in a quieter place which doesn't distract you and you start reading. But something else comes up, but mind also tells you that this is your time to finish your 30 pages. So you have a target. So then you meet the target. So in a way, you're creating in your own mind a watch, which mind is telling you This is the time for that 1 hour you have placed yourself. But if you don't slot it, then it becomes very fluid. It keeps going all over. And then the mind will tell me, okay, if not now, I do it later, I'll do it later. Focus is gone. Focused attention also means focused engagement, focused timetable, focused slotting, and also limited what you want to do. So focus is also coming through planning. Good plan brings focus. And then comes the habit, where your mind now tells you, but you planned this, why are you not doing this? So your mind actually is not working with you. Focus is all about concentration coming from the mind. Okay, let's go. Vaishnavi. Vaishnavi.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, hi ma'am. What is your success mantra, and can you summarize the journey of your life, all the failures and all the successes into 5 sentences, which could help us also to be excellent like you?
Can you help me, Sana? She's a very keen observer. My daughter is a big observer. What do you think? What's made me succeed? What do you think your mommy, what's made mommy succeed?
Okay. I think mummy is extremely true to her purpose. So when you're true to your purpose, that helps. Mummy is extremely self-driven, which is very important. उनको बाहर से आके मोटिवेट नहीं करना पड़ता. Mummy is self-driven, purpose-driven, very, very hardworking. There is no substitute for hard work. Mummy is very focused. Mummy knows what she wants and she walks the path. Mummy is true to herself. Mummy is very clear about her do's and don'ts. I think we've done 6.
Yeah. It's a joy hearing it. Look, it's a joy hearing it.
So I think pick on this, but I would like to, Mummy, I'm taking your permission to add to this. Beta, I think it all adds up. I think there is no set formula because we all have our own reality to live. It all adds up. And I'm seeing you young girls. You know, Tamanna, I was very happy when you said that you start your day with a glass of hot water. And I want to say this to all you young girls. It's very important that you all look after yourself well. Take care of your hair. Take care of your skin. I'm not talking of fashion and makeup and beauty. I am talking of nurturance. I'm talking of nourishment. Every day, ask yourself, all that you are doing, is it adding to you or is it depleting you? Everything that you do, feel, think, say, is it adding to your life or is it taking away from? Is a chip of you going away or is it adding to who you are? So it all adds up. Look after your food. Look after your clothes. Look after your space. Look after your hygiene. Look after your emotions. Look after your body. Look after your studies. Look after your path. Mummy does that. Mummy does that. Look after your teeth. Look after your stomach. You have a sluggish system, you can't study. You don't have a healthy body, you can't go out there and work. You don't have a clean space around you, how do you concentrate? you're not in a state of gratitude, how will you go through your day? You don't pray, who will you seek from? Think about it. Everything you do, everything you're saying, everything you're feeling, your relationships, make them for the right reasons. Your bonds with your friends should be for the right reasons. Only then they remain healthy. Do you give back? It all will add up. It will all add up. So think about all of this.
I
And
think, Vaishnavi, you got more than your share. Vaishnavi, you've got more than your answer. And not only you, I got to know. In fact, I benefited. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of my child. I knew she will be the best person because I'm into everything myself. I don't know. I mean, I'm just doing, I'm responding, I'm acting. But she's observing. So, Beta, I think she's told you some very fundamental things. Do you want a little recap or you are okay? Have you all heard it? If you all heard it clearly, raise your hand. Very good. I'm so glad. I want to thank you, Saina, for being very observing and sharp, clear-headed daughter. Thank you so much.
thank you, Mom. Thank you. It's
So
so
here
nice.
this is to remaining true to your purpose, remaining self-driven, hard-working, focused in what you do, walk the path, true to yourself, and clear about the do's and the don'ts. I shall do this and I won't do this. That's it. So, and that means personal discipline. I think what is all counting to be personally disciplined. I enjoy the. I'm a very personally disciplined person. That's a fact. Value my time and I'm very personally disciplined. I enjoy every moment of my energy. When I have energy, and when I don't have, I take a nap or I hit the bed. I don't unnecessarily hang around and laze around and get stressed. I read, exercise, I contribute, I support, as it is. So I think she's given you the whole summing up. Done? Let's go to the questions on the chat box. Thank you, Saina.
Thank you, Mom.
Okay, good. Let's go to the chat. So let's take some questions from the chat box. Okay? All right? How and what a student takes step or actions against corruption. Every person matters in fight against corruption. When you are a student, develop your character where you develop a value system of integrity yourself. That means whoever you are, as you grow up in the same, you are a man and young man of character. And your being honest will create an environment of integrity. And you will then be able to fight against. Supposing you are into a position of government or elsewhere, and your team is formed, you can fight against corruption. But it begins with you. Next question. Sachin Yelgar, what should I do to keep the levels of awareness always high? Is being of good health. Just be it's awareness basically means that you are not alert, but awareness with joy. Alertness has an element of little tension and stress because you're all the time alert. But here you're just aware of what's happening around, what's going on. So therefore, and it's with a distraction, with a that sense of detachment, you're able to be aware and yet be away from that situation. So awareness always high means being healthy, being positive in attitude. Your thoughts are positive. Okay, next. Shivani, ma'am, even I plan my days properly. I'm not following it because of procrastination, other temptation. How to solve this? You know the answer is a personal discipline where you make small goals. Don't make long goals. Make small goals and achieve those small goals. Gradually, you will develop your sense of sense of stamina. Let's say that. Ishika Mishra, how can someone be so productive and full of energy throughout the day? You can be, but as I said, your highs and lows of energy will vary. But that's a time when it's low on energy, then do that which doesn't demand too much of energy. Then pick up that kind of an activity, or just take a nap, or just relax. Just be home, be with family and friends. So that's low energy. At that time where you just be, where you are being restful, you are listening to music, and you get energy back. So you must know when is your, I know when my energy level is low. And when my energy level is low, that's what I do. Is I don't do creative work. I take that kind of work which is more manual. Ambika Singh Rajala. When you were a young teenager, did you face inequality being a girl? If yes, how did you face it? Yes, I did. I faced a lot of inequality, and that's a part of my book, The Top Cop, which I used to read for you all in the earlier sessions. And as a teenage girl, is showing where I faced inequality. So if you can go to the book, Making of the Top Cop, you will get the answer. And there are images.
Done.
Done. So now switch on to social media.
Yes.
Now we have a class for you, girls. We have a class for you where we have an intern with us who will take us to the tools and toolkit of social media. Saina, you want to leave? Saina? Okay. All right. You go ahead. Switch on your mic.
Jai Dharima to all of you. All of you stay happy and healthy and stay nourished and nurture yourself in every which.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take leave now.
Thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mama.
ma'am.
Thank you, Rita. Take care.
Annie intern is joining us on social media. Annie, would you like to take over step?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Good evening to Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am and everybody present here. My name is Annie Srivastav and I'm an intern under Dr. Kiran Bedi ma'am. And I will be hosting the very first session of social media upskill today. Upskill is an interactive platform where we try to help the students who face problems in social media in using social media, and we will be upskilling, we will be helping them, we will be teaching the new technologies from new things from which they can learn. And on the very first session of upskill, so social media upskill, I would like to welcome Miss Divya Sharma, the founder of Thumbstop.
Hi, Annie.
Hello,
Hi,
ma'am.
ma'am. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Divya.
How are you doing, ma'am?
Hi, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. Annie, do you want me to take over?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, perfect. So, hi, ma'am. So today, I'm going to be talking to everyone about social media platforms and their purposes. So let me just begin with how relationships operate in the society, right? So the way I'm talking to you right now, I am not going to talk the same way with my mom, right? Or with my brother, or with my best friend, or with my sister, right? So every relationship has a different way of dealing with, right? I might talk to my best friend more freely compared to my boss, right? So like every relationship has a personality of their own, so does social media platforms, right? Every social media has its own personality, has its own way of talking to you and you talking to them, right? I do not talk to Instagram the same way I talk to Facebook, or the same way I talk to LinkedIn, right? So the first thing that I really want people to understand is you cannot create the same content, creative video post for every platform, right? You cannot be posting the same thing that you're posting on Instagram, on Facebook, or LinkedIn, or Pinterest, right? So today we're going to be discussing about different purposes, and we'll be talking about how different purposes of social media platforms. So let's just begin with like a very simple example. Can we go to the third slide, please? परफेक्ट. सो ये मैंने मेरे फेवरेट फूड के ऊपर बनाया है. सो माय फेवरेट फूड इज पिज्जा. Yours could be pasta or anything. So just relate to this example with your favorite food. So today we're going to be talking about 6 platforms majorly. We have a lot of social media platforms, but today हम सिर्फ 6 platforms के बारे में discuss करेंगे. The first one, for instance, I have to talk about my liking towards pizza, right? So if I am talking to you on Facebook, I'm going to tell you I'm really happy that I'm eating a pizza, right? Facebook के साथ हम थोड़े Facebook हमारा वो talkative friend है, right? तो हम थोड़ा ज्यादा बात करते हैं Facebook पे कि आज मैंने ये किया और मैंने ये अवार्ड जीता और मैंने ये पिज्जा खाया, उसका फ्लेवर ये था, मैं यहाँ बैठी थी, etc., right? So Facebook is a little more talkative to us, right? Whereas Twitter is more witty, right? Twitter के पास ज्यादा टाइम नहीं होता है. So Twitter मुझसे डायरेक्टली बात करता है कि I love #pizza. Now why hashtag here is important is because Twitter is it's very important to keep a track on what's trending on Twitter, right? And hashtags are one way of doing it. So ये basically हम बोलते हैं ना कि चलती ट्रेन में चढ़िए. So when you see some conversation happening on Twitter that's trending, get on the train. Talk about things that are trending that helps you grow better on Twitter, right? Also be more crisp on Twitter. Then if it's a YouTube, I'm going to create an entire video of me eating a pizza, me making the pizza, and me trying 10 different pizzas, right? So YouTube is more about creating a video, talking more about it, being more detailed about it, etc., right? LinkedIn is my boss, right? I am not going to call my boss and tell him कि मुझे ना pizza बहुत पसंद है, right? I'm going to tell my boss that one of my skills includes eating a pizza every day, right? So LinkedIn is more like a boss. I'm more professional with my boss, right? Now there is Instagram. I don't know how many elders are on Instagram right now, but Instagram is all about aesthetics, right? Instagram पे हम हर चीज ना एक rose tinted window से देखते हैं, सब कुछ सुंदर लगता है, right? Like even if I am eating a pizza, I have a chart paper behind it, some flowers lined up, a glass of wine, etc., right? So for me, eating a pizza on Instagram is all about clicking the right picture in the right light with the right things around me. So Instagram थोड़ा ज़्यादा aesthetic है, right? Whereas Pinterest is the most underrated social media platform, right? क्यों? क्योंकि हमें लगता है कि Pinterest सिर्फ फोटोज देखने के लिए, हम दिन में एक बार Pinterest खोलते हैं और दुनिया जहान की फोटोज देखते हैं, right? We don't interact with Pinterest very easily. So how are you going to interact with Pinterest very easily? इसकी मैं एक ब्लॉग डालती हूँ जिसमें मैं लिखती हूँ कि ये 10 जगह है जहाँ पे बेस्ट पिज्जा मिलता है गुजरात में या सूरत में, from where I belong, right? Now what happens is Pinterest मुझे उस ब्लॉग पे ले जाता है जिसकी वजह से मेरा ट्रैफिक बढ़ जाता है, right? So the whole idea of creating this is to make social media networks a little more simpler for people who are not on social media. ये आपको एक पर्पस समझाता है कि हम इस प्लेटफॉर्म पे क्यों हैं, राइट? अगर मैं इंस्टाग्राम पे हूँ तो मैं इंस्टाग्राम से कैसे बात करूंगी, मैं ट्विटर पे हूँ तो मैं ट्विटर से कैसे बात करूंगी, और मैं फेसबुक पे हूँ या यूट्यूब या पिंटरेस्ट पे हूँ तो मैं किस तरीके से बात करूंगी, राइट? So similar to humans, you interact on social media differently. You cannot treat all of them the same. Okay, Annie, let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, so we're going to begin with talking with Instagram because I feel I absolutely love what Instagram is doing. Imagine 1 billion people right now are using Instagram globally, right? That's the reach you can achieve with something like a social media platform, right? Can you ever imagine reaching out to 1 billion people? So why be on Instagram? One, if you can click good pictures, your page is going to do well. If you can create good content in IGTV, Reels, etc., जो मैं आपको बाद में सिखाऊंगी how to create and what to create, can help you do well. Instagram is great for brands to build relationships, right? जिन्हें हम campaigns बोलते हैं. जब आप एक अच्छा campaign बनाते हो, जब आप एक अच्छा thought और insight उसके पीछे रखते हो, तो आप बहुत लोगों तक पहुंचते हो, not just as a brand but also as a human. बहुत सारी चीजें होती है जो आप Instagram पे देखते हो और आपको पता चलती है, right? It can also become your news platform, your shopping platform, etc. Right? Now we're not only going to talk about all the things rosy about platforms, हम also discuss करेंगे कि क्यों ये platform अच्छा नहीं है आपके लिए, right? With Instagram there's one major problem कि जैसे आप Facebook पे कोई लिंक डालते हो, जैसे हमने आज एक लिंक डाली और हम उस पर क्लिक करते हैं, हम उस लिंक पे पहुंच जाते हैं, राइट? Instagram मुझे ये ऑप्शन ही नहीं देता, ओके? तो मैं ऑर्गेनिकली अपना लिंक कभी भी एम्बेड करके उसको आगे फॉरवर्ड नहीं कर सकती, राइट? मेरे माय प्रोफाइल बायो इज द ओनली प्लेस जहां एक लिंक पे मैं क्लिक कर पाऊंगी, अदरवाइज ऑर्गेनिकली ऑन माय पोस्ट एक्सेट्रा मैं वो लिंक एम्बेड नहीं कर सकती, राइट? So Instagram is all about visually appealing content and I am going to emphasize on this every single time I speak with you कि अगर आपकी फोटो सुंदर नहीं है तो आपको लाइक्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं, आपको कमेंट्स नहीं मिल रहे हैं and you are not reaching out to people. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, now Facebook is the grandfather of social media. It has been there for as long as I remember, okay, and as long as my parents remember, and they're old people, okay? So Facebook is social media ka grandfather, okay? It has been there for a long time. It has a lot of people using it and it is growing every year. ऐसा नहीं है कि just because Instagram has stepped in looking all beautiful, Facebook ने एक step back ले लिया, right? The greatest thing about Facebook is it connects people, right? हमने न जाने, I don't know how many people we have searched on Facebook and we have reached out to people through Facebook, right? So Facebook, one, connects people. Also, it builds relationship, right? Also, with Facebook, the content remains, right? It's easier to find the content on Facebook if I come to your profile and find it. तो एक brand loyalty जो होती है, एक brand का connect जो होता है, वो increase होता है. Now, what's not great about Facebook is कि it doesn't let me reach a lot of people, right? Why? आप बहुत बार बोलते होंगे कि, for instance, Annie is my friend and so is ma'am, and Annie posts regularly और मैं Annie से बातें करती हूँ तो मैं उनके post देखती हूँ पर मैं मैम के नहीं देख पा रही, right? That can happen. और मैम मुझे बोल रहे हैं कि यार मैंने तो last week ही post किया था. That's because कि algorithm Facebook का थोड़ा complicated है, राइट? अगर मैं एनी के साथ ज्यादा इंटरेक्ट कर रही हूँ तो मैं एनी की पोस्ट देखने लगती हूँ और मैम के नहीं, राइट? दैट्स बिकॉज कि आपके जो हैबिट्स होते हैं, आपके जो फेसबुक यूज करने के हैबिट्स होते हैं, मैं जिस पोस्ट से ज्यादा इंटरेक्ट करती हूँ मुझे वो ज्यादा दिखने लगते हैं, राइट? तो फेसबुक का एक प्रॉब्लम है कि बहुत लिमिटेड रीच हो जाती है. अगर मैं एक्स नंबर को फॉलो करती हूँ तो नेसेसरी नहीं है कि मुझे एक्स नंबर के सारे पोस्ट और वीडियोज या जो भी उनके अपडेट्स है वो दिखे, right? So this is one way Facebook isn't great for me, but also Facebook helps me, build more relations, and also a lot of people are following me through it. So, can we go to the next slide, Annie? Okay, now Pinterest. Pinterest is my favorite, right? One because I spend a lot of time on Pinterest. It's very inspiring to see, but हमें ऐसा लगता है कि Pinterest एक वर्चुअल वर्ल्ड में जीता है, राइट? हम उससे इंटरेक्ट नहीं करते, हम उस पर कमेंट नहीं करते ज्यादा एक्सेट्रा, राइट? क्योंकि Pinterest is not a human to me, राइट? इट्स लाइक वो दूर का कजिन जो हमें हर पार्टी में मिलता है पर हम उससे रोज बात नहीं करते, राइट? Now the thing is with Pinterest, how you can change this is that if you want to be more famous on Pinterest, is that you start posting regularly, right? Also the kind of link you are providing, अब मैं किसी भी चीज पे तब क्लिक करती हूँ जब वो मुझको इंटरेस्ट देती है, राइट? तो अगर आपकी फोटो अच्छी नहीं है तो मैं आप पे क्लिक नहीं करूंगी, राइट? सो जितना इम्पोर्टेंट इंस्टाग्राम के लिए विजुअली अपीलिंग कंटेंट है, उतना ही इम्पोर्टेंट पिंटरेस्ट के लिए विजुअली अपीलिंग कंटेंट. सो आई थिंक इट्स रियली इम्पोर्टेंट कि आप उस पर ज्यादा पोस्ट करें. ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द ग्रेटेस्ट थिंग अबाउट पिंटरेस्ट इज कि वो एक नीश क्रिएट करता है, राइट? मतलब अगर मेरे कुछ ब्रांड्स है जिनको आई कैन क्रिएट अ बुलेटिन बोर्ड, राइट? इफ आई एम क्रिएटिंग अ मूड बोर्ड फॉर हाउ माई रूम इज गोइंग टू लुक, तो उसमें मैं एक कैटेगरी प्लांटर्स डालती हूँ, मैं एक कैटेगरी टेबल्स डालती हूँ, मैं एक कैटेगरी लाइटिंग डालती हूँ, राइट? तो मुझको ज्यादा ढूंढना नहीं पड़ता. आई हैव ऑल द प्लांटर्स इन वन मूड बोर्ड, आई हैव ऑल द टेबल्स इन वन, आई हैव ऑल द लाइटिंग्स इन वन, राइट? सो इंस्टाग्राम आपके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें सॉर्ट कर देगा, पिंटरेस्ट आपके लिए बहुत सारी चीजें सॉर्ट कर देता है, राइट? सो दैट वे आई थिंक Pinterest is really important क्योंकि वो आपके लिए एक विजुअल बुलेटिन बोर्ड बना देता है. Annie, I cannot see the.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yeah. No worries.
Ma'am, you may continue. We'll add the slide.
Okay,
Yeah.
no worries. Okay, so I'll have to just open it with my. So I don't know, ma'am. Ma'am, do you interact on Pinterest? Like, do you use Pinterest? No. Okay. So Pinterest that way is very interesting क्योंकि also if I am looking for fashion today, right? If I've interact with 10 fashion posts today, tomorrow Pinterest gives me the latest fashion posts, right? So also Pinterest is very connected, right? वो मुझे बहुत connected रखता है अपने आप से कि अच्छा आपने कल यहाँ छोड़ा तो मैं आज आपको वापस याद दिला देता हूँ, right? So Pinterest is a very good friend that way, right? So let's go to the next slide. Let's look for. Okay, now let's talk about Twitter, right? एक goldfish का attention span होता है 3 seconds. Okay, ट्विटर पे आपका ट्वीट 18 मिनट का लाइफ स्पैन रखता है. ओके, उससे ज्यादा आपका ट्वीट लाइफ स्पैन नहीं रखता. इफ नोबडी इज इंटरैक्टिंग विद यू, इट गेट्स लॉस्ट, राइट? सो हेंस ट्विटर पे इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दैट यू पोस्ट रेगुलरली, right? If you don't want your content to be missed, post regularly, right? Now, the best thing about Twitter is I can be short and sweet and I can still create an impact, right? बहुत सारे लोगों के लिए Twitter has worked great and also not great, but one tweet can change your life and everybody agrees with that, right? That's because you there's so little content, but there's so much impact in how witty you can become, right? Also, it's really important कि हम to the point रहे, क्योंकि so if I follow Annie, she is either a friend of mine, right? Or Annie posts something जो मुझे interest देता है, right? For instance, if I'm a football fan, right, I'll be following all the football pages, right? Why? Because football is a part of my interest, right? Similarly, Twitter पे लोग कोई reason से आते हैं, right? या तो उनको क्या ट्रेंड कर रहा है देखना होता है, या तो उन्हें न्यूज और लोगों से अपडेटेड रहना होता है, राइट? तो जो ट्विटर पे उसके पास बहुत सारा टाइम नहीं है, बिकॉज देयर इज सो मच इन्फॉर्मेशन टू ग्रास्प, राइट? तो यू हैव टू बी वेरी वेरी ऑन टू द पॉइंट. इट्स नॉट लाइक फेसबुक जिससे मैं बतिया रही हूँ बहुत देर तक, राइट? इट्स लाइक you have to be more crisp and clear with what you're talking. So with Twitter, you have to take a lot of care that way कि आप कितने clear हो अपने conversation में, right? Even with the brands, like मैं generally brands के साथ काम करती हूँ. With the brands, even my brands cannot be talking about कि हमारा ये XYZ pizza, उस पे ये toppings होती है, उसमें etc चीज होती है, right? With my brands, I'm more topical, right? कि चलो, this is the topic, we can talk about pizza at this point, and I talk about right? World Pizza Day, my brand has to post. So आप कितने topical हो? Sorry, ma'am. Yes.
Divya, since we have the girls, let's see what the children have a question in mind for you.
Are they here? Okay.
Can you hear me? Let's have the children ask you a question, Divya.
Right. Please do.
In mind for you. Let's see. Let's look at their question of their age. Okay, Aarti, any question on social media for us?
Hello, ma'am. I'm actually not in any of the social media. Is it necessary to have to be updated with social media? Because
Aarti, it's with your age, it's completely all right if you're not on social media, and could as well be great for you right now to not be on social media. It's not on if you're updated with social media, it's about if you're updated with what's happening in the world, right? It's not important for you to always know what brand is doing what and which celeb is posting what. What's important for you is to know what's happening in the world. Could be through the means of social media, could be through the means of a newspaper or a news channel, etc. Right? So it's complete. So YouTube is social media, right? So if you're watching a video on YouTube, or if we are doing live on YouTube right now, you're already a part of the social media challenge, right? So It's not just Instagram, Facebook, etc., where you communicate with people. You can just communicate with the world through social media.
And that
Okay.
also requires discipline because it's all about time management. If you have 10 hours of energy in a day, where do you want your 12 hours to be? It's very, very important for you. Aarti, this is a choices to be made. You get it? And she's right, Divya is right. At the moment, please stick to your priorities, but you need to know what's happening around in the social media because it's like a parallel media going on as a part of happenings around the world. That's all. But you need to be very, very careful where you spend your waking hours and energy. So if you don't have energy time or time for social media, you need not go. But you are aware of what's going on, but not get dependent on it. This is not your time for dependence on social media. It's a time for your examinations and study books and also doing better and better in that. But being aware is general knowledge. Is general knowledge at the moment in this age group. Divya, let's have another question from Tamanna. Your question to our Divya, the CEO of Thumbs Up. Thumbs what?
Thumbs up.
Thumbs Up. Wow, Thumbs Up. Okay,
Good evening,
you can
ma'am.
ask a question to Divya. Anything on social media, if you want to know.
Even I am not available. I mean, I'm not in any social media, but I use YouTube for gaining knowledge. Uh, and even I use WhatsApp, which is also a type of social
Yes.
media on which we interact with persons.
I'm so happy to know that this age group is still away from spending time more into networking, but studying and focused on their creative hobbies, which is a good thing. So I think what is taking us to another level of social age group. We will probably have a social media class for a higher age group who are already in it, like the college students and boys. How do they apportion their time for social media? Divya, I was just thinking, it's a little test check for us. What about others?
See, ma'am, I personally believe we are old enough to know. I think if you're busy enough, you're not very focused on who's posting what, etc. Yes, social media has become a very, very big part of everybody's life right now. Not just ours, not just our age group, but every age group and every division of people. But it's all on how you perceive it, right? What is the kind of content you want to consume? I have talked about this a lot more times before this as well. If you consume good content comes to you. If you consume that's going to harm you or anybody in the world, bad content comes to you. It's just like if I'm watching something great things start coming on my platform. If I'm not watching something good, then the bad things come to you, right? So it's all on how you perceive social media, very honestly.
If I would tell my daughters of this age group what to watch, I would say watch documentaries on Netflix.
Yes,
Or
definitely.
classical historical documentaries on Netflix is very useful. It's inspiring. I watched all Legends of History on Netflix, and they are fantastically inspiring. So if I would say suggest girls and boys of this age, go watch good documentaries on the internet, and which is available either on even you can go on and take it on other platforms. I'm just mentioning Netflix because I've been watching it all on Amazon. So you can go to both and watch good documentaries, whether on environment or whether on lives. On lives, go ahead. All right, let's have a question. Tamanna, you said Harshini, you want to have a question? Yeah, carry on social
Yes,
media.
ma'am, I have a question. Ma'am, like millions of people use social media, ma'am, but still there are so many scams and everything happening, ma'am. Do you have any tips to like protect ourselves and how to use social media in such a way that we don't put ourselves in the way of these scams, but still are updated on what is going on around us?
Right.
Okay, good.
So it's very important that you stay alert, right?
Yes.
For instance, I'll just give you a very simple example, right? If you come across a friend's profile on Facebook, right? For instance, Divya's friend is Annie, and I come across Annie's profile on Facebook, and Annie starts a conversation with me, right? अब अगर एनी जब मुझसे बात कर रही है एंड आई रियलाइज एनी डज नॉट टॉक टू मी लाइक दिस, राइट? Or Annie does not ask questions like this to me. Or, Annie hasn't posted anything on Facebook. I contact Annie directly, right? That's the first thing you do. You contact that person directly that Annie, is this you? Is this profile created by you? Am I speaking with you? Right? That's one thing that you can do with people you know. If you are interacting with any stranger at all, there are a few red signals that you take care of, right? Red signals like do not open a link, do not get in a conversation about money, do not get in a conversation about your personal details till you are not very aware of who you are talking with, right? So there are few red signals जिसका आप ध्यान रख सकते हो, whether it's on social media or off social media, is you do not share anything. You know how our parents always tell us कि strangers से बात मत करो on the roads or anywhere, is ताकि वो आपसे कोई personal detail ना ले सके. Similarly, on social media, even if you speak with a stranger in a means of, I'm not talking this to you guys, for anybody elder, if you're talking to someone in a mean of networking, do not discuss anything personal with them, whether it's your life, your details, your city, anything at all. So I think if you take care of the red signals, you're pretty safe.
Okay, any other question? Any other child wants to ask a question? Or from her, Divya? Aparna, any question on this question to clarify? Otherwise,
Yes, mom. Mom, is there any like a problem if you only use a single app? Because all these apps, one thing in common is informing. So, is there actually a necessity for having different apps, like different apps for like posting pictures, one for info? It's like wouldn't it be fine if a single app with the sole purpose of informing be there?
Okay, Aparna, it's similar. It's very similar to how we have different people in our life for different purposes. Mama kuch karate, Papa kuch karate, friend is for something, brothers for something. It's the same with social media, right? You need to understand the purpose behind it. If you think, no, I just want to be updated with, what's happening in the world, there are news apps that you can follow, right? If you think I want to upskill in something, right? If I'm baking at home, mujhe koi recipe seekhni hai, etc. YouTube is great for you, right? So it's all on understanding the purpose behind following any social media platform, right? So it's completely your choice and your purpose on why you're following. Yes, you can follow just one app. Depends on what your purpose is, right? Very simple.
It is like having many television channels of news.
Yeah.
Darshan is giving you news. Why are so many other channels? So these are choices. So it's all about choices. Today's world to the youth is leaving you have so much choices that if you don't stay alert, you get confused. So that's the message, Aparna, is that you make your choices and then be confident about that and not keep hopping and hopping. However, you need to know that there are choices available. Like, for instance, news channels, we start sticking to one channel because it's meeting your needs. And like I said, it's meeting your needs and for the time you wanted it. And it's giving you news without the noise. It's as in a news without the noise. So these are channels. Like television, earlier when I was growing up, you only had Doordarshan. Now you have more than, you have literally thousands, hundreds of channels. Hundreds of channels. But then you go to the channel you want. You want language channel, you want news channel, you want music channel, you want drama channel. Right? Aparna? So these are choices in your age, in our age, and it's also the world of commerce. It's also the world of commerce. And commerce creates these choices. It's like every day you have a new fashion design issue. You have a new design. So why create? A pehna to wahi hai, lekin it just has designs, it has colors, it has patterns. This is about the world of economic development or social development. So this is your age and your choices. Now, sensibility is be alert on the choices and make the right choice. Make correct choice. You know what? I had then had only one All India radio. Today you have a download of a channel in every city, in every village, every town. And it's a world channel. You just go around and you will be in that app, be able to have the radio. So many channels. So you might say, एक ही radio चाहिए था, एक ही music चाहिए था. एक नहीं अब. Everybody's coming up with their own creativity. An app coming up with an app is also creativity, and it's also solution. It's a part of startups also, it's business also.
Thank you, ma'am.
Any other question from any one of you? Otherwise, we wrap up in another 2 minutes. Vaishnavi, any question on any this media? I think so. I think let's thank Vijay. Let's thank because Annie. Over to you.
Yes, ma'am. So thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us this opportunity so that we could help. And ma'am, is Divya, ma'am, is there anything you would like to give a message, uh,
To the youth.
a,
To
a
this
message for students?
yeah, a message to this.
I just want to tell them that don't get influenced by what your friends are doing on social media. It's also very when your parents tell you that what you're doing, do not use this app, etc. It's very important you take that in consideration because there's a world out there that you do not have to be exposed to right now, and it's completely okay that you do not get that exposure. So it's good if you're not on a lot of social media apps because not every app belongs to every age group. So it's very important that you decide कि हम किस तरह से इंटरनेट को यूज करना चाहते हैं and हम accordingly उसे यूज करें. I think that's about it.
Very good, very sensible. I think that's a very powerful message. Use the internet for your education and entertainment as your needs are, not others' needs. So even if they're tempting you, you have to resist the temptation. And as Divya says, follow the guidance of your follow the guidance of your parents. Follow the guidance of your teachers and your elders. And if your friend is suggesting you something, consult your parents immediately. Having faith in their guidance is very important. Right? Divya, I want to thank you so much. You've been wonderful and you've been very sporting and very generous with your time.
Thank you so much, man. It's great talking to you.
And thank you for organizing the connectivity with Divya.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you to Isha ma'am for also organizing this.
So are you back home now from Rajnivas, from Pondicherry?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
You back to your own work?
Yeah, back to my own work.
Are you having time to do some rural project?
Yes, ma'am. I'm willing to do. My exams are this week, so from next month, I'm willing to do. I'll contact Isha ma'am about this.
The moment you're
Yeah.
free, connect. We have an impact assessment project.
Yes, ma'am.
The moment you let us know.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, children. Lots of love, and we keep connected. I also want to recall the contribution Asha Gupta has made from Rajnivas. She is the one, the architect of this concept of book reading, connecting with the children. Earlier, we were running this program from Rajnivas. Aarti knows that, and now we are doing this from Delhi office. But it's Asha Gupta's baby. Is she there? Oh, my poster. Thank you so much. I'm looking pretty nice.
Ma'am, it's your portrait, ma'am. I drew it.
Huh?
It's your portrait,
Yeah.
ma'am. I drew it.
Thank you so much, Sri. Thank you so
I
much.
took a
Thank
picture
you.
of you and I drew it. Like I found a photograph of you and I drew it as a line drawing.
You're so creative. So I want to recall and express my gratitude on record for the team at Rajnivas, just putting us together. That's how Annie and all are. By the way, Raghav came to us the other day.
Yes, ma'am. I saw that. I saw the video.
Other interns who may be listening to us, but Asha and thank you, Annie, for joining us. And wish you all the very best. Isha will put it back to circulate all this today as class 5. And thank you once again.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Here we mark the end of the first session of social media upskill. Thank you, Kiran Bedi ma'am. Thank you, Divya ma'am, for your time, and it was an insightful session. And we will meet next week on the same time, same date. And our topic will be creative writing, and which is very important right now, kids. So do attend. So see you all. See you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am.
Thank you.